You spoke about it early on in the game that Liverpool used their width really well. That's something that's been really impressive and stood out a lot to see it in person.
Yeah, Mo Salah and Gakpo just on the touchline, you know, and they're pinning back Jed Spence and Pedro Porro. There's nothing they can do, and the centre backs had no one to mark. Dragusin and Gray had no one there to mark. So, because Diaz was just floating deeper, and if they wanted to step out of their little holes as centre backs, Mo Salah and Gakpo and Szoboszlai, we just saw, were just bursting through them holes. They just could not cope. They had no answer to that today.
And they almost felt like there was no answer. Like, if you're that centre-back and you're trying to defend against that, what do? They looked a little bit like rabbits in the headlights, and you can understand
They did a little bit. They lacked a little bit of leadership. And the only Archie Gray's only 18. He's 19. He's playing centre-back, limited experience. Jed Spence, I thought he'd done all right today.
He did all right against Mo Salah. I mean, he was chasing him down, but I mean,
but the problems were in front of them, lads.
Yes.
The problems were, you can't just give Liverpool that time and space on the ball, because they really will hurt you. And it was so evident today. But Spurs just can't go through the season playing like that. It's not on. It's unacceptable for a Premier League team to be like that.
It's certainly entertaining for the neutral, but you saw Ange Postecoglou. You could see this almost felt like the game that he's thinking, we can't go on like this.
No, not at all. Not in my eyes. I mean, we've heard him. You know, he will come out now and he'll be himself, and I admire him for that. Yeah. He will not change. He's made that very, very clear. He will not change. This is what he does, and this is what he will continue to do, because he believes he has only got where he is in the Premier League to a huge club like Tottenham being different to everyone else. He will not resort to going back to play pragmatic football. This is how he wants to play. He wants his teams to go flat out from the first minute to the last minute. And unfortunately, with that, if you haven't got the best players, like he had at Celtic when they're winning every week, you haven't got the best players here. Sometimes you're going to come on the end of a hiding like that against very good opposition in Liverpool.
Yeah. What are you thinking? Go on.
I was just going to say, there's a contrast to the two managers on the touchline, the way that Arne Slot's, you know, he's analysing the game and he makes the changes in play, as opposed to, you know, Pochettino is on the side there and he looks deep in thoughts, he looks like he's contemplating, he looks like he's disgusted at times, but there doesn't seem to be that passion there. No, he's got passion, because I've seen it come out in some of the press conferences. Doesn't seem to be that, you know.
Do you think
how
he
am I going to change it?
He was up against a side that there was just
It's just
no
like
hope.
he accepts it.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how you can just say to yourself, I'm only going to go out one way and that's it. It's just...
Yeah, we know he won't change, though.
I
mean, he's made that very, very clear, because he'll go back on himself. He believes in the way he wants his teams to play, and he will continue doing this right until the bitter end.
Well, he's exposing his own limitations then, isn't he, by doing that?
He believes if he gets a little bit of help, he gets, obviously, you had 10 injuries to that team. They've got a little bit more experience of what I'm missing. If he gets his players back, they're capable. As we've seen, they beat Man City. They're capable of beating the best teams, but they can also lose to not the best teams. And the inconsistency is what's driving everyone mad. But unfortunately, that is the way it's going to be. Or fortunately, that's where it's going to be.
You've seen one manager who's gone out dying on his sword, Russell Martin. You know?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one for Ange. I mean, this is a hiding today.
Yeah.
And he knows that. He's a Liverpool fan himself. The family are, you know. So he's given no favours there. They've tried their best, but unfortunately, just got outclassed, and outclassed by top draw players who are really on form.
And down in 11th in the table, and there are so many teams really fighting towards the top. You worry about a European place for next season. You can't see it the way that they're playing right now, can you?
I worry about the injury list. I mean, it's quite extensive, and it is only soft tissue injuries, and you just start to wonder, you know, why are the players getting these type of injuries? You know, look at Arne Slot. He's managing, he's rotating, he's bringing substitutes on, he's being disciplined. I mean, the other day you could tell McAllister was he was due to be subbed off. Southampton scored the goal, but he still subbed them off after that, even though Southampton got back into the game. He says, but no, he's played his 60 minutes, that's him coming off. He sticks to the game plan, he's pragmatic in the squad rotation, and that's probably why they're all bubbling away on top form.